After 170 million in annual group commissions and over 2.4k in team members, today we're going to be digging into the minds of Bobby Seng, one of PropNext's millionaires and agency leaders. In this video, regardless of whether you're in sales or you run a service-based business, you are bound to learn a thing or two and take away some golden nuggets from this video. We're going to be talking about everything sales, sales process, recruitment, how to grow a strong team, and everything that you could possibly need to start, to scale, and make your first chunk of cash as an entrepreneur. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Right, so hi everyone, this is Bobby here. I'm the agency vice president of PropNext under this position called the leadership developments. So basically there are 5 AVPs newly appointed by the company. So each of us have got different roles. So my role is actually leadership development. So what's leadership development basically is this word called sustainability. Because for where I am, I truly believe in this business, right? What we need to do, we need things which are long-term, sustainable. So being in business for so long, I think 18 years maybe, 18 to 19 years. So I come to realize that there's a lot of like hit and run. And this thing, that's where I witness a lot of turnover. But of course, if we do the business in a proper structured manner, it can definitely go long. So when I first started the business, back then I was doing event management. I was in events. And kind of like, maybe didn't do well with my colleagues. I stopped. And I start to move into typical choice, MLM, insurance, or real estate. But of course, I chose real estate because a friend referred to me. Yeah. So back then, if you ask me, am I a good salesperson? I really don't think I'm a good salesperson. But I'm somebody who I really enjoy solving problems, you know, the kind of thing. That actually inspired me a lot. So long story short, when I came on board, the first problem I had was cash flow. And up to today, my message is consistent. Don't do things for the sake of doing because you have to manage cash flow. If I'm a student, I don't bother about cash flow. Study, play, you know, no money, ask for parents. But once you come out to the workforce, you really have to look into this thing called cash flow, and it's non-negotiable. So I had a cash flow problem when I first started, but I was also being introduced a lot of like methods, you know, like, well, you should do HDB, you should do lender, you should do commercial, everything I can do. But I don't agree because it will result to jack of all trade and master of none. And I focus on rental. So I did my rental, I make the money. So after I make the money, I start to move.
How much do you make in rental?
The highest record back then, room rental. Because I was with, I was on room rental basis, and back then our rental is like $350.
$350
for one unit.
For one unit?
Yeah, the highest record I did was $20,000 in 1 month.
$20,000 in 1 month?
In 1 month. So you imagine $350, $400, I can do 20,000. So this is my best prospecting method. It's really door knocking. But today, if you ask me, I say that I can still do it. But because now we have options, we have digital, you know, there's a lot of other revenue. So it's not easy. It's really a lot of hard work. So once you have the money, you start to evolve. Then I start to move into team building. I realized that I like coaching. I like to solve problems. I like to develop person. But of course, we can't coach and develop where there's no income. Yep. This is where I hybrid both for my methodology or how I guide people. I always go back into by what you are doing, how can you get your income? How can you make your money? Okay, so I mean, under the real estate platform, we have these team building things. So when I build my people, I am not an advocator of do first, talk later, don't care, don't bother. It's quite common. Hey, you want to be property agent?
NATO, right? NATO.
yeah. You join me first. Don't worry, you just follow what I do. It is a norm, even up to today. Some people say, you trust me. Look at my face, you know already. Or, you know, look at what I have, etc. I don't believe.
See what I've done in the past, lah.
Yeah. So as the saying goes, success breeds success. People like to say this, right? But if you ask me, I truly in my heart, I don't really 100% agree on here. Who can do may not be able to coach. So one can coach may not be able to sell. Why? Because nurturing, parenting does not mean that you need to be very good, then you can be one. Because there are ways that you can actually upgrade. So I believe in principle a lot. And that's where I start to attract people who are like-minded. There are people who came on board who are not like-minded. Over time, right, they will slowly, they'll move up and they will find their own niche. So I'm a strong believer of DNA. So that's how I built my team. So one thing I'm really happy about building my team is they are within the same value of what I believe. Yeah.
Which is?
I believe in principle. I believe in professionalism. I believe in structure. I believe in business model.
Business model.
I don't believe in like you join me, I tell you what to do, or
You make $1 million the next year.
I have this formula, now
Yeah,
you follow the formula, you make the money.
Yeah.
Now we all have the formulas. Let's be real. How to lose weight? Do cut carbo, go exercise. We know.
Just work hard.
We all know, right?
Yeah.
But why is it there's still a lot of plump people on the street? It's more than that.
Why are there still a lot of coaches teaching people how to
Maybe.
lose weight? Yeah.
Yeah. So it just to me, it's not just the formula. It's more than that. It's about the rapport with the mentee and mentor and what we agree upon, what we choose to build together, many other things. And for me, it's facilitation to facilitate and guide through what's a person's strength, weakness, and actually to full bloom their potential. That one is very to me that's the most satisfying part. Okay, that's the summary about how I view until today.
Okay, but before we get to the in-depth, which I will touch base on later, right?
Sure.
I want to know more on like how do you get things started, right? I mean, you mentioned that you did rental all the way to 20K. What do you do next?
After you have the money.
After rental, okay. After rental, what do you do next, and how do you scale from that 20K a month? Because I know that there's a lot of volume, right? How do you scale into like something else, and how do you grow to?
Maybe I share. This is very common. So a lot of people will say that you're going to start something like from rental, you're going to move to sales.
Yeah.
But when you hit the problem, you're so comfortable in what you're doing. Like rental, your system is already established. When you want to move to sales, it means you have to cut your rental. This is the part a lot of people have fear. What if I cut? I got no more income. And a lot of people, they can't make the jump. Okay, but we have done it from rental to sales, sales to project development to team building to investment to coaching. It is a progression. So the mindset I would like to emphasize is when you have done well in something and if you want the next breakthrough, the formula is whatever you are doing, reduce your prospecting effort and increase the next segment you want to work on. So I give you an example. Okay, HDB rental. We prospect, we spend money, we do door knocking. We're going to reduce the money and reduce the time of prospecting. But yet you still need to run it. You still need to run your existing case. And then you increase the number of private condo prospecting. Reduce and increase. You must do this. And then put a lot more effort on the new segment you want to work on. Because you need time. You need time to work on it, to nurture, to understand, or do a lot of trial and errors. So only with this, reduce and increase, then you have a breakthrough. But after I completed for HDB rental to HDB sales, for HDB sales, I want to jump into private condo. It's the same thing. It's the same problem. I remember I was talking to Kelvin Fong. Kelvin Fong is my upline, by the way.
Yep.
We were there, like we were selling HDB. Then one day I was asking him, do you find very sian? Like, wow, we need to go for a presentation. Because normally we throw flyers. So when people call, we go for a presentation. I asked Kelvin Fong, 你会觉得很闲? Then he said, yeah, 很闲. Like, 没有感觉咯, you don't feel good. So that was the time I realized that if you have that concept of transition, okay, whatever you give up or you attempt to give up, right, you will lose the motivation and the, I use the word, excitement that you want to work on. So it's very important to focus one at a time. Very important. So to answer your question, rental, HDB sales, private sales, followed by coaching, followed by investment, and followed by slowly move up to the company level, and company wanted me to run project marketing, leading a team, etc.
So how do you get, okay, just for people watching this, right, and they might be stuck in a situation where they are either at rental or either at sales, and they want to get into like perhaps from like say HDB sales to even landed, right, like you did.
Right.
How do you do that? Like, how do you drop something and just say, okay, I'll put in less effort there and do something else?
Right. So I give you my examples on how we do HDB sales to private sales.
Yeah.
So HDB sales, we do flyers. We do flyers,
Okay,
we do
flyers.
advertising. So I reduce the number of flyers that I
Okay.
throw out every single month. It used to be like $2,500 to $3,000 per month.
Okay.
So I reduced to $1,000.
Just flyers? Or
Only
anything
flyers
else?
first. Because
Okay.
back then we don't have a lot of digital.
Okay.
We do a lot of flyers on it. So I reduced the amount. So
Reduce?
I saved 2,000, right?
Yeah.
I put that 2,000 into prospecting condo.
Okay.
Prospecting of new condo.
Okay.
So we throw more flyers there
Into condo.
in the condo. So I save 2,000 here, I put there 2,000. But I
Okay.
don't only spend 2,000, I increase to 4,000. So now private got 4,000 and then HDB was 3, it becomes 1.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
So once you throw money on prospecting, there will be cost, there will be inquiry.
Yeah.
So this is where most of my time I spend to upgrade myself, to learn, to study new launches, condo, resale. The way we present, also we start learning. Because I remember the first presentation where we were doing private, it was a joke. Really a joke.
Share more with us, yeah. How
No, when we sell HDB, hey, welcome to the HDB room. This is the house. This is the master bedroom. This one is a curtain.
Yeah, easier lah, right?
So we did this kind of presentation in condo. Well, I tell you, the buyer roll eyes. Because in condo, people don't talk about this lah. They talk about a little bit more. So, okay, like this is the house. How much I spent on my renovation. Look at this finishing. Look at my marbles. They are from where? Condo, talk about all these things. Take a look at that building, that neighbor. Who are the developers? Where are they from? Where are the new launches? What are the new land bid nearby? If you're going to buy, back then our time is maybe about 900,000 to 1.2 million. Do you know there's a new plot there? Going to sell at 2.4 million. We talk about this thing. Like HDB, we talk about what you see is what you get. So in our first viewing presentation, I tell you, the buyer roll eye. What? But that's where we learn. We really learn. And of course, when we first started, I also remember our competitors, our new competitors wasn't friendly to us as well. Because I think the industry is every man for his own.
For himself,
right? So I'm not saying they are wrong, but that's where we really learn through the hard ways. Then what really survived for those people who are looking for transitions, work in a small group. Small group means 2 or 3. You really don't need 20, 30. It cannot work, trust me. 2 or 3 is good enough. Same vision, same alignment when they come. So after we make mistake, we comes together, we review, we discuss, then we work on, we do role play. And from there, continue. Then you will see in time to come that you will have more leads on the private segment. HDB will get lesser and lesser. From there, you will come to a point you will stop prospecting for HDB, but you only work on referrals because you already have your basement. Imagine I've been here for 2 years, I definitely have my base. So you only work on the referrals, send them greeting cards, send them hello message. So from there, good enough to maintain. And the next moment you realize you're on the private segment.
And this applies to everything, right? This is not just in real estate. Whatever business you want to do a pivot, it's the same sort of concept.
I would think so. I would think so. It is the same thing.
Actually, one thing that like I took away from this, like what you said, right, is in the sense of like, see HDB lah, you can just show them here and there. But condo is a lot of like, okay, the finishing here and there. It's about understanding the context of the people that you're talking to and like how, they are more affluent buyers. They want to see more. The difference of what they're looking for is very different lah. So how? My question is this, right? How do someone spot context, and how do you like basically use critical thinking and like understanding context and actually forge like your strategy to tackle that problem?
Okay, of course, if you join the right if you join the right mentor, right company, somebody who knows the know-how, it'll be easier. So back then, how do we actually survive? We observe lah. We go to more viewings, you realize that why did the guy speak this way? How come? We model after those who have done well.
Model success lah.
Yes, because there's no cost back then. There are no cost that people teach you that hey, you must talk about land plot, you must talk about this and that. But today is different. Today, talking about land plot prices, nearby property transactions, finishes, high quality, ultra high net worth finishes is a norm. Today is a norm. But last time, no, it wasn't. Why? Because there was no access of information. You can't access information as easy. Now everybody can do research, right? So back then, no, we only have Singapore Press Holding. 报纸 so that's the difference. So I'm not sure if I answered your question, but if you ask me, I think after that transition, you also need one thing. You need to have your belief and work with people, but don't make use of people. I think one thing I really sometimes I don't really like about our trade is 利用人, the kind of thing. I believe that the minute let's say tomorrow you are a real estate agent. Remember, we are all what? We are all bosses. You are entrepreneur. You run your own business. I don't pay you salary. I don't pay him salary. I don't pay myself. So when all the bosses come together, we need to understand. We share and we rub resources. A successful salesperson, in my opinion, should be somebody who understands that we are fully responsible over ourselves. But at the same time, we can tap resources and strike a win-win against one another. I mean, that's the ideal scenario. Ideal scenario. So yes, we model other people. Now, of course, along the journey, there are nice people who will share more with you. They are so young, right? Never mind, let me teach you. 我跟你讲. So we listen. But we have to be very careful and selective in what we are listening. And that goes down to the concept before even the interview. I talk about in our business, right? We need our business model. So what is business model? Can I show you this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so he was asking. Okay, so in my world, I truly believe those people in 武侠小说, when you go about the olden time, the martial art, right? So they have different manual. This is a 独孤九剑. This is one of the 武林秘籍. 葵花宝典. This is number 2. And number 3, 42三经. I got a lot more, by the way, inside. I think I got a few hundred. But why do I want to talk about this? Because every single, by the way, is a notebook, FYI. It's empty inside. But there are certain fundamentals. So any time, like if you want to make a transition, like example, this is HDB, this is private, let's say this is landed, they will never be the same. And what you want to do in terms of prospecting, follow-up, marketing, learning, policies, or paperwork, it will never be the same, right? But the mistake is a lot of people, they haven't even complete one, they jump to another one. And it's another very common mistake. Hey, you got everything, you can just pass to me first. So if you pass over,
Yeah, select which one.
which one?
Yeah.
So
everything got pros and cons
Exactly.
Yeah.
And after that, that's only from me. Then you meet another friend, they say I got another 3 more, another 5 more.
And then he tell me this one successful, and then this person tell me this one successful,
Correct.
this person tell me this one successful.
So if you hybrid the manual, you hybrid too much of the manual, I think your museum will become.
This one I think I can make 2 million this year. I think I can
Yeah.
make 1 million this year. I can make 5 million this year. So I think end of the year, if I do all, I make 8 million lah.
Yeah, but how long does it take to complete
Yeah.
to really learn one?
Yeah.
It should not be that easy,
Yeah.
because learning is it's ever going, it's everlasting. So this is the concept. But of course, this is the fun part. So I work a lot when I coach people before I meet you for coaching. Okay, pass me your 武林秘籍. So in our sessions like this one, you sit down, you have to pass me first.
Okay.
Then I'll open. Okay, where are you now? So I'll run through and add on and give you advice on what you need to do or what is right, what is wrong. So end of the day, I'll continue. And there are so many trainings in Singapore. Like for the company, public, overseas, local. How do you know which training or which coach you should be going to? You can't go everything. But also, it comes to a point, sometimes when people are not getting good results, they stop learning. So they stop learning because they feel that I spent a lot of money on a lot of courses, but yet they are not giving me the result. So what do? They stay at home. And this is also wrong. So this is where this thing is very important. The manual is very important. Where you are lost, where you have a good mentor, your manual will be your lifesaver. So that's my most sincere advice for those people who want to run a business. Do you have a business model? And you need a good coach to guide you along this line. And please avoid this concept. Because you have done it before, definitely you follow my way, you can do it.
Yeah.
Because you need to know your DNA, you need to know your resources. Sometimes people talk about this. I remember I watched, there's a poster before I remember.
Yeah.
So there was a guy who was talking to a group of animals. So there is a coconut tree. So they talk to the elephant, they talk to the monkey, they talk to a fish, a crocodile. They say that today, I'm going to evaluate everybody based on who can climb the tree. Can crocodile climb the tree? Can elephant climb the tree? But the only person who can climb the tree is the monkey. So what does it mean? Is it fair to say that if you can climb the tree, it means you're good? So in another word, if you can do this, it means you're good. Okay lah, if I put in my perspective lah, I'm not a monkey. But if you can climb a tree, you'll do well. But I'm an elephant. How? So that was something really when I saw that cartoon, it represents a lot to me, where I advocate a lot of what is your DNA, what is your strength, what is your resources. So a good mentor is one who can bring the best out of what you're good in, and yet still very relatable to the business. I think that's the part we are working on.
My next question, is okay, so I know some people they might be watching this and they might be thinking, actually right now you don't even do much sales, right? Like who gives you the right to sort of teach people?
Of course.
Yeah, about how to do sales.
First thing, I do sales.
Yeah. Okay, you still do sales?
I do sales, I negotiate.
Okay.
I still get rejected. People still blue tick me. When I send people, hey, there's a consumer seminar, you come down, people don't respond. But there are people who always respond. So the question, is Bobby still doing sales? Of course, because my whole family is in this business. My wife is in this business, my 2 sisters in this business, I am in this business. So how do I function now? This is the very critical question.
How do you function right now? Yeah.
So once you reach a level of, like you have a lot of things to manage.
Yeah.
So we still prospect. I still spend money on marketers, like good marketers, to help us on lead generation.
Yep.
And we still have Property Guru. Check, I have my account. So we still do this fundamental. But do we wake up and do this ourselves? I think chances is we don't. We leverage. So let's say Property Guru marketing. That room, my PA is there. She's the one to ensure that my marketing is out. But when the phone call comes in, who's going to pick up? It's not my PA, it's me.
It's you.
Yeah, or my wife, or my sister. But this is only within my family.
Okay.
But let's say within my group, sometimes perhaps you join me. Okay. Why don't we work together? One of my I would say my colleague or my partner, Jackson B. So when he first started, I got leads coming. Hey Jackson, can we do 50-50? So I'll do the setup. My PA will do the posting. When the phone call comes in, it goes to you. You do the answering. Then we go down for an appointment together. And that's how it works. Because this is the way to keep relevance. But what you may hear on the market, or the guy doesn't do sales anymore. From the interview, you can tell. Because some concept does not make sense. There are some old textbook maybe from 1995. Okay, so there's no right or wrong, but to answer your question, that's how I stay relevant. And that's how, in fact, many of the senior team leaders, they stay relevant in this manner. And in products level, there's this thing called the choke system. Are you familiar?
I'm not.
Okay, now, the choke system works this way. So we have our apps.
Yeah.
Example, I got one unit at Toa Payoh, block 89.
Yeah.
I will put this listing in the apps. I say, who want to co-market with me? Then there will be like 12,000 agents, everybody, wow, then they'll press. I will set the apps to say that I'm only looking for 6 people. So the first 6 who tap okay, then a group will be formed.
Okay.
Then I become the main lister. They
lister
become
lah,
my
okay.
sub lister.
So there's a system in place.
That's a system.
Okay,
It is a very powerful system in products called the choke system.
Okay.
I forgot some people say fun. In the fun manner, you're looking for minions helping you
minions
to run.
Okay.
But who is talking to the seller? Me.
It's you lah.
Correct. Who did the presentation is me. Who gets the job is me.
Yeah.
Who handled the rejections? When people say they don't want to sell, when there's a negotiation, who is me. Who do the viewing? Perhaps at times we do together because I'm the senior ma.
Yeah.
They are new, or maybe some of them they are not familiar, so we will go together. But when it comes to closing, I'm the one who talk to the seller again.
So that's how you scale lah, right?
Yes, that's how majority reasonable successful team leaders scale in this way.
So in a sense, like you basically generate the lead already, right? You sort of close the exclusive, or you close the
Yep.
Yeah, and afterwards, sort of people like work on it on the back end. Okay, but with regards to this, correct? I think some people have their reservations about something like that because they feel that real estate is a relationship business, you know, and then it's not like scaling might be wrong, or that I get someone to do later they promote the wrong thing or something like that.
This one.
What's your thoughts on this?
This one really got to do with your customer, the relationship between you and your customer.
Okay.
Do you know that many of my customers
Yeah.
they see me go viewing they feel paiseh.
Really?
They feel, well, please lah, my rental is only 3,000. Why you go and do viewing? So I told my customer, I go out a guy, Mr. Leong.
Yeah.
Mr. Leong said, 你不要下来咧，白死耶. No, Mr. Leong is my job. No, 你不要下来. Why? I mean, Mr. Leong, if you're watching this, but I appreciate your support, but don't worry, it's my job. Because if I want to take out the job, right, it's my job to do the whole complete process.
Yeah.
The process of getting the job running, presentation, viewing is my job. Don't worry, Mr. Leong, 安全啦. But there are times that you Mr. Leong, you also run a business. You can't be doing everything right. So in between, there are people who can actually help us. There are some of the job scope which doesn't require intense knowledge. Example, viewing a house. So when I ask my guys to do the viewing, I make sure they are fundamentally competent.
Yep.
At least they need to know the basic. I come up with some facts for them. At least they can run.
People just come in, some window, this
cannot,
table, this
beside lah.
carpet.
Cannot.
Yeah.
This one goes down to one time.
Maybe next time,
Okay, I'll come back to this.
This time you try to
No,
sell
I
a house
can't
like this.
before one in Sentosa. I'm not kidding, you know. Oh my goodness. It was like a 14 million one, and the guy opened the Sentosa penthouse and tell me that one is a swimming pool and jacuzzi. I tell you my buyer wrote,
Like the
like the HDB, like sell HDB like that.
He said, okay, this one is carpet, this one is
Yeah, this
table.
one is the jacuzzi, very good. Can seat 6 people. Oh, I almost freak out. It's like 14 million. Beside anything more than 10 million now.
Yeah.
I think your presentation level,
Yeah.
you need a bit more research. Those who do project marketing will understand.
Yeah.
Because in project marketing, you don't go into
Okay.
Anyway, I can go non-stop. If I start project marketing,
Actually, let's break down into this a little bit because I know that some people here, right,
Yeah.
that's watching this, they want to be scaling the business to do with higher ticket. Whether is it like real estate or even insurance, they want to do like mid high net worth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you go about let's say a $10 million client? What's your
this
SOP?
one I learned before from one of the bosses.
Okay.
One of the bosses, I also asked him the same question. How to meet $10 million customer?
Okay.
He asked me, did you market a $10 million property? He asked me. I say, yes. Show me. He asked me to show him. Nothing to show. I didn't post on Property Guru. I didn't advertise. I didn't throw flyers. I did nothing. But why did I say I market? Because we have the product. I say in Pronex, right? We are the appointed agency. So we have the power to market. But I'm not doing fundamental action. Most of people, so when that big boss told me this, he's a developer, it woke up my mind. Because a lot of people tell me the same thing. Bob, I want to go into high net worth market. Show me your account, PG. Show me your iProperty. Show me your age. Nothing. Show me your ads. Nothing. Yeah. Where you find the high net worth? Does make sense?
Yeah.
Hey, do you realize this?
It's just
fundamental. But is it true
Where
when,
you listing
when you
yourself,
market, there is a chance?
Yeah.
So when you market, there's a chance of somebody call you, then we talk about the $10 million product.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I know people watching, I mean same right as what I'm thinking right now. Let's say there's this $10 million property, right? How much would I need to be putting in to be marketing this?
Here's my advice to you. You don't even bother. Just do something first.
Let's not put like a small amount that you can
Don't worry
be willing
about
to do
because the whole important thing about marketing is to get yourself a foot inside first. A lot of people they haven't even start the framework. How much is it to post one property guru listing? iProperty listing. The age. I tell you, it's less than $1. But have they posted? They did not. How much is it to put one advertisement? One advertisement. I give you the more expensive one, within $70. Did they post one? They did not. I don't want to continue. So into what? Pay per click, Facebook marketing. Just basic only. Most people don't do the marketing, but yet they keep saying that I want the high net worth product. There is some fundamental problems in the market, in my opinion.
But how do they get this high net worth product if let's say they don't even
No, when you
find a person
when
first,
when you have an agency like let's say in Pronex, we have our apps,
Okay.
like Risk Carlton. Now we
Okay.
have one Risk Carlton. If claimer and disclaimer, we are marketing one penthouse. If I'm not wrong, 39 million.
Okay, you want to buy
39 million.
want to buy a comment down below.
But you want to buy comment down below. So no, we are the sellers. So call us today. Answer. So it's 39 million, but do you know that the commission is a 7-digit commission? 7-digit. So is there such product? Yes. Do you believe? Do you believe that it works?
So you can sell it like just people choose not to list it, choose not to advertise it.
I think the first time they don't even have the excitement that whoa, does it work? Is it real? But honestly, it's real. Any Pronex agent, we got so many new launches, new listings that you can promote on. But what I realize is a lot of people have a my blog. I mean, you're not your trade.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree what I say is perfectly logical?
I think my blog is the same regardless to whatever industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, right, Bob, I understand a $10 million question.
Yeah.
My answer will always be, don't keep asking me about how to sell this. Show me that you have started marketing this first. Once you have shown me, Bob, I've already marketed. I will sit down with you for 1 week, if needed, to teach you how to pitch this in a different manner. Only when you start marketed, don't worry whether got buyer or no buyer yet. I'll teach you on how to do this. So let's say you have learned from me on how to present this well. Your video is ready, your iPad is ready, your deck is ready, everything is ready. When I ask you, are you confident now? If you say yes, I'll ask you for $1,000 to throw on your prospecting. Because what's worse is that when you throw money on prospecting, when somebody call you, you feel incompetent. That is the worst thing. That is the number one killer in our trade. But it's always a chicken or egg problem. Bob, I want to feel very confident before I start to post a $1 listing.
Yeah. When someone contact you, really, you start to. Sorry.
So now you understand what I say. So let's say this is the prospecting. This is prospecting. This is the know-how.
Yeah.
Which one should come first?
This one,
Why is it so?
if I don't even have this, how do I look for this? How do I get this?
I'll give you the answer why this is so. Because there are cases that after people market, when a phone call comes in, despite they are incompetent,
They still close.
exactly. We have seen that before. But of course, under coaching framework, we don't advocate this.
Yeah.
We don't advocate people, hey guys, our business is all about lucky draw.
I think
No, we don't. But we have to make sure we have both. Like proficiency, competency, professionalism versus marketing.
that's very interesting actually, because end of the day, like, we can practice so much, we can do so much role play, but if we actually don't get in the battlefield and do it, right?
Nothing.
It's like if we are preparing. It's like there's this analogy, right?
Let's use a Toto analogy.
Yeah.
Toto 12 million, do you buy? Never. Then when people struck, wow, how I wish. After that, do you buy $1? Never. Do you queue up?
Okay,
Never.
that's a very.
Then,
We don't
12
advocate for
million.
Toto right now, but
Every time Toto 12 million, 有没有买？
Yeah.
有没有买？ Correct?
Yeah.
Never buy one. So then some people will say, yeah, I know lah, but they don't queue up.
Yeah.
But of course, we are not advocating.
Yeah, not advocating for
not
Toto
gambling,
lah.
we are not. But
Yeah.
the analogy is the same.
Okay.
The concept is the same.
Okay.
So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
So how do you move over? In summary, you have to start marketing high net worth or high ticket items. And this is the first start. The second part is to start learning this product. Market first, then start learning.
So this is the magical thing about like the nature of like property, correct? It's like the fact that you're not trying to build the next Facebook or the next Instagram. You don't need have to hire like top tier developers from Silicon Valley. You just need to put in the work, right? If you are starting from ground zero, you want to be a millionaire, you can even start with door knocking, start with cold calling, start with your warm referrals. You don't even have to sort of rely on like what PPC or Facebook ads, at least for a start, right? Which is something that I would say is quite high. It's a high leverage or like a good thing for you to actually sort of like get the skill sets before you like jump into something that is bigger.
I think real estate business, there are many ways to run the business. Some of them will choose to spend a lot of money on marketing. Some people, they may start as easy as serving buyer. Do you know as serving buyer, there's zero costing?
Serving buyer.
Yeah. You want to buy a new launch. You want to know out of these 10 developments, which has the best potential. If I have the knowledge, the only costing I have with you is to drive you around. So there's no costing.
I don't even market anything yet, ma.
Yeah, I'm not marketing it yet. So let's say you are referrals. Of course, the big question will always be asking me, Bob, how does the referrer contact me? It's always a typical question. And here's my answer. Because I tell people I'm the property agent. Simple posting, I'm running my viewing. Simple posting, I'm going for my training. Simple posting, I'm actually at the show flat. If you do that consistent, just demonstrate or display what you do for a day-to-day basis, pertaining and relating to real estate, your inner network will come to you. And this is very fundamental. I haven't talked about if you close something, maybe you have a testimonial and your customer said something nice about you. It's perfectly okay to put a testimonial to let other people to learn something about you. These are zero costing.
How do you think like because off camera we're talking about content, especially if like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. How do you think content like plays a part in like a real estate agents like sales process and a part of their marketing efforts?
Content is important. Repeated content by different people has got different opinion as well. So if you ask me about content, I feel that real estate agent have this problem. If you have said it before, the other person will say that, 不要, I don't want, because he said it before. But do you know that the same content can be paraphrased in another 100 different manners? So that's my opinion about content. So just now before we start, you talk about what your company do for a living. You guys search the right content which engage the market. I think that's a good idea. I mean, guys, definitely the company to work with. Put effort, You think so easy go and find top 10 content. It's not like that. If I'm not wrong, you guys are really running through different contents. You all follow people. You all look into their feedback column and see how people and the different kind of question they ask. I'm sure you're doing something like this. So because of this, right, whatever you, before the start of this podcast, I think they know the market. So if we are working with people who knows the market, that's actually shortcut for every one of us. I mean, it's not that you can't do it, but do you have the time? And by waiting, will that kill your excitement of wanting to do it? I met so many people who has done so well, but when I talk about personal branding, tell me what you want to do. I need to do personal branding. Let's go. I don't know what's the content. I give you some suggestion. I don't know if I can do it. Then why don't I give you a script? I got no time. So it's not that we don't provide, but that contents are extremely important. So content, there are two kinds. One is trendy content. One is you create something and you want to be the market leader. Yeah. So I would say that content, we must always be current. We must always be trying, because content is not something like, I know that what I'm about to say is going to be a home run. Content needs trial and error. We need to hear from the ground. We need to tweak. So if we are putting the one content, hearing on the ground and tweeting accordingly and continue to interact with our, followers or customers, I believe in time to come, we will be able to sharpen that angle, which I believe is your forte lah. That's what you do for a living, right?
Yeah. So with content, like you said, right, how do you feel that, content does it play a larger part right now than 10, 20 years ago? And how do you think people can use content apart from their business?
I think content is one part, but the other part is shouting out the content. Because you can have the best content, but you don't have good traffic. You can have the best content, but you don't have good followers. You have good content in English, but if it's not in Mandarin, perhaps you don't get a certain market, or even other languages as well. So I would say, if I put in a percentile difference, I would say the content plays a 40%, but traffic will play a 60%.
60%, okay.
That's my quotation. My quotation.
How do you define traffic like?
That means if, let's say, you have a content, let's say those who work with you, you create a great piece of content, but how far can this content goes up to?
And how do you feel that, let's say, how would someone get traffic? Like, how can a real estate agent get traffic on social media?
I think, there are many ways lah. Some people get traffic based on authority, meaning they have done it. Oh, I have done it. Take a look at the awards. Yay! Some people don't like this. Like for me, this have never been my call. I would prefer on educational basis, inspiring, case study. I love to share case study. I like to talk about what happened to other people. So where people find that what you share is relevant to them. So as long as what you share is relevant to people, relevant that they can use it. Oh, I'm a producer. Hi. Oh, thank you very much. It's not relevant to anybody. Today there's a case study. Couples who wants to buy thought they could not, but after I explained to them, they realized they can. These are the contents. If any salesperson who continue to run along this line, I believe they will have pretty decent followers.
So it's relevant, traffic. What was the last one?
Content.
Content. Okay, great. So now to touch base, because we were talking about like content and like how a real estate agent can scale, right? What do you think is the main difference between like a 6-figure agent and a 7-figure one?
It's what they sell.
What they sell?
Yeah, of course. Bro, I started from room rental. That's a 5-figure. 5 to 6 is what I touch and what I sell. So you have to decide. If you tell me I want to be a 7-digit, I want to be a what heir lah, millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. You want to be an heir, right? You have to sell something which makes you an heir. You cannot say I want to do a room rental specialist, I want to knock on doors, but I want to be a millionaire. It's not that it cannot be done, but the number does not make sense. So people ask me this question a lot, how to be a millionaire? Then my answer to them will always be, are you willing to give me a millionaire mindset? I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to need your time. I'm going to need your money. I'm going to need your attention. I'm going to need you to learn. I'm going to need you to make mistakes. But I will be sitting with you. But how much time are you going to give me compared to your holiday? How much time are you going to give me compared to your time with your children? How much time are you going to give me compared to your time to your spouse? How much time are you going to give me compared to the time with your favorite sport? Cycling?
Actually, this links to like my favorite word in the English dictionary is the word sacrifice, correct? Because to get something greater, you always need to sacrifice. Like everything is a sacrifice.
Sounds scary lah.
Everything in life is to me at least right, everything in life is a sacrifice, correct? Like if let's say I want more family time, I have to sacrifice business Like that's the fact of the matter,
Okay,
right?
let me share with you about this thing about marketing. It's a choice of words. I would prefer to put it in a way, but you're not wrong. Okay, anyway, he's not wrong.
That's my take, like.
He's blunt.
So,
He's blunt, very blunt.
That's what I take. Okay.
So what is the right word, huh? How much priority are you willing to do at this point of time? And
what's your priority?
What's the priority you do at this point of time to hit the goal you want to reach? And that's marketing.
Okay.
It's the same meaning lah. 爱走卖走 kind of thing. It's the same meaning. Yeah.
Oh, you help me market my word.
Of course, bro.
Okay. So, especially for the agents watching this, correct, and like people, especially in the adjacent lines like financial advisory, right? So, what's the difference that you feel with the market 10, 20 years ago, right, where there's a lot of flyers lah, people don't need to do branding lah, right? Now everybody need branding, do home tour, all that.
Yeah.
How will you like approach business now, right, versus like 10, 20 years ago? That's my question.
I think digital is non-negotiable.
Okay.
You like it or don't like it, the uncle in Chinatown, you go to Chinatown, the uncle, auntie, they are watching YouTube. They are watching TikTok.
Yeah.
So if an uncle who retire comfortably in Chinatown is watching this, anything above, I think is digital. So that one cannot be denied. But does traditional marketing still work? It does. And a lot of people have overlooked traditional marketing. And the funny part is, when really, if somebody really want to sell and buy a house, let's say if you own a property, let's say HDB, I don't know where you stay, let's say HDB, you will see flyers and you don't bother. But if you really want to sell, will you pick up some flyers to put on the dining table and start to study and observe? Will you do that?
See how they...
You will, because normally in flyers, you got this thing called CMA, which is the past transacted prices.
Yeah.
For any typical normal seller who wants to sell property, the first question, how much is my property worth? It's not that they don't have a property agent friend. It's not that they cannot search. It's not that they cannot call a bank to ask for valuation. It's not that they cannot call valuation department like Procnex valuation department, pay them $700 to know the valuation of the price. But what's the easiest way? Step 1, go downstairs. Step 2, pick up flyer. Step 3, read. So if somebody who really wants to sell, do you think flyer works?
Of course lah. If I have a big problem, I need it to be solved.
Selling property is not a big problem.
Or if I want to sell, is it?
Yeah, selling.
If I want to sell, I mean, to me at least, right? Let's say if I want to sell, I see it solve my problem. Okay, why not?
You will just take information.
Yeah, just take information. But
correct.
It's an information counter lah. But if it's, I don't know, if it speaks out to me and like, it makes
but
sense.
that goes down to how good is your flyers.
How good the flyer is.
Is the flyers interesting? Is it interactive? Are you putting the right information? Do you have beautiful photos? Is your header nice? Or is a boring header? So, again, you are the expert, not me.
Actually, I thought of an idea there, right? Why not agents put flyers inside an envelope and then make it look like a mail instead?
I truly believe that it is already existing in the market.
Or somebody do that
for many years.
Okay, I don't receive something like that. I thought, wow, that's quite interesting.
Good point. But if for HDB to do that, right, the costing is higher. Normally they'll do that for landed properties or condo.
They put in a mail, right?
Yeah, normally they'll do that. For HDB, quite unlikely because too many units and the costing will be very high.
Okay. But the thing is, if let's say you feel that nobody will do that, isn't it the fact that that's why more people should do that?
Your pocket must be deep enough
Yeah.
to make sure whatever you throw, your turnover of cash flow must be in time. It's not that everybody had done it, then I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because when you do this, right, remember, stamp, envelope,
All these are costs lah, right?
yeah, it's not cheap.
Actually,
not cheap.
okay. I mean, with regards to this like flyers thing, right? With like so many competition right now, everybody's running ads, everybody doing like PPC and all that. How do you feel that property is still something that people should be doing? Like become an agent.
To be an agent.
Yeah.
Well, depends lah. Depends the reason. Let's say if I ask you again, do you want to be a property agent?
Me
Yeah. Yes or no?
Not really
Yeah. Why?
Why Because I talk to a lot of them, then like a lot of cash flow problems
Cash flow problem, yes. So to answer your question again, if you want to be real estate, remember it's a business.
See what animal you are
Yeah, correct. This is not a real estate job. This is a real estate business.
Yeah.
So if people ask me, let's say recruitment, typical recruitment, Bob, I think I want to be a property agent. My first question is, why you want to be a property agent? Because I want to make money. But if you want to be a property agent just to make money, that is your first motivation, is respected.
Yeah.
But after that, you need to know how you want the money to be made. Because there are many ways to make money. The right way, the wrong way, the grey way, the right way, the dark way,
Yeah.
So again, we are not advocating that in the market there are good and bad people, there are good and bad issues. No, we are not talking about this. But there are certain ways money to be made in our trade, which is not suitable for some people. So I give you an example. You will meet a customer who will only buy and sell through you. Every day they see you, they will scold you. They will say, why like that? How come you never tell me this? How come you never tell me that? And you can only say, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. The more yes you say, the happier the person is. And he will give you that job. If he will speak to a very experienced agent, how can I never do this? And let's say the very experienced agent retaliate. No, not my fault. I will not give you the job because I'm the paymaster. It happens, right? Or it doesn't happen. You think everybody is fair? Some paymaster only pay when they feel good about engaging that person, and the person only listens to him. Get my point? So, are you somebody who want to make money in that way? I got some agents who say, I'd rather not make this money because some of them have become ridiculous demand. But I have another set of agents who tell me, it's okay. Scold me all you want, just pay me.
So you see what extent they can take.
What is your DNA and how you want the money to be made? So when anybody tell me, Bob, tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do, I follow, I want the money. This will not work. I can tell you how the money can be made, but it must be suitable to your DNA, your principle, and your threshold value. If you don't understand your threshold, to me, I truly don't believe that people will just put or just do something because of money. I don't believe, and I truly believe these are the minorities, but the majority will say that I can do it. But once you tell them, they won't do it.
The values that you set for yourself.
They won't do it.
Yeah. Okay. Like in the sense of like, because now also right, there's everybody saying everything is saturated lah, right? All the agents I speak with, they're like, everything's saturated there. Like what do I do? Like, so what are your thoughts on that? Like everything is saturated. Like
there's this thing called the 行行出状元. You know the meaning? Every segment, every department or every area has top producers.
Yeah.
Commercial, landed, HDB. There's no such thing as saturation. Because in every segment you go in, there will always be opportunity. It's how good you are in that segment, how prepared you are in that segment, and are you the market leader in
and
that
you're
segment?
prospecting.
And of course, you're prospecting.
But then okay, like so I heard this one thing recently. I don't know how true this is lah, but they were saying like, oh, you know, these people they pump like 50K into like these ads. I only got like 2K a month on.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so like I can't be doing this. Like, is there another thing or something?
So now I prove you the power of coaching.
Okay.
Based on what I just said, after you market, you need to
Like
learn.
lah, yeah.
Right. So those people who throw money,
Yeah.
who did not learn, they will waste money. But if you have learned and yet you throw money, what are the chances that you won't do well? What we are most afraid is after we throw money, when the phone call comes in, we cannot manage. We cannot manage, we cannot handle, we cannot follow up. But if you prepare yourself, you throw the money, the person may say, I'm not interested now, but yet you can continue to make the person feel good, inspired, motivated, and allow you to continue to send them follow-up message. Tell me, what is 20,000?
But you still have that number, you still have that contact.
You are still friends with someone.
You're still friends, like, yeah.
Right. So it really got nothing to, in my opinion, it got nothing much to do with how much you spend, but your ability to stay connected with your customer. And what makes you so interesting that a customer wants to hear from you every 3 months?
So what about people's comments about saying like, oh, now when you run Facebook ads, no high quality leads. Right? What's your thoughts on that? Like, is there?
You will go back to the same principle. What is called high quality? I think this high quality leads has been overly abused. Okay, just allow me to explain. If you want to buy a property, it's not like you walk into NTUC, I like this thing, I buy and go cash and pay.
Yeah.
Their timeline, their loans, their logistics, their family. You may need to sell and buy. You may need to liquid your FD.
Yep.
You may need to sell other properties in other countries before you buy. You may need to get married. You may need to know that you're going to move to that location.
You sell your stock portfolio.
Whatever you want. It's easily, guys. Hey, bro, easily go. So can,
Yeah.
So my question to you is buying and selling a property an easy process?
It's not lah.
It's not, right?
Yeah.
But those people who say that high quality leads is because they are waiting for everyone who hit the checklist. But in reality, this is not easy. It's a long process. So what is called leads, in my opinion? If somebody who called to inquire, it's your job to be able to help them to clear the checklist. But of course, sometimes we get lucky ones. But they call you,
They really take all the checkbox. Yeah.
perhaps. But most of them, they are at the introduction stage. Because how they catch you is also very interesting. If they found you from Facebook, it's called unintended leads. If they call you because of like Property Guru, iProperty, and the age, it's called intended. Because they look for these portals to look for a property, then they call you. It's intended. They want to do something. But if it's Facebook, it's unintended. Pay-per-click is intended. I want to buy property. Luminal Grand. These are called intended. So one is called passive and one is called active leads. Passive leads, Facebook. Active.
Push-pull lah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically, it's like, to your answer to this question is more like, when I run Facebook ads, right, they might just have the interest of buying it. You might just tick one checkbox.
One at a time.
Yeah. So you just have to. It's not about the high quality leads, but high quality person to nurture the high quality. To become high quality. That's a very interesting concept actually.
I have converted people who call, actually I don't want to sell. But after I talk to them, I think I should sell. They're very firm, they don't want to sell. I talk to them, I think I want to sell.
Wow.
My next question to the person will be, you have a wife. Does your wife want to sell? Then he laughed at me, I don't know. So in objection handling, the problem is not the lead. The problem is the wife.
Make sure all the decision makers are all present, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But for that case, my next question will be, can I speak to you and your wife? So I work a lot on follow-up. Is your wife free and yourself free? I talk until I paiseh, Imagine I call a guy to ask about people's wife. Cannot be right. So until I call my wife, can you call this person to ask whether Mrs. Lim? So that's why my whole family comes in.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That makes sense.
generally, there is a concept right here. Follow-up is more important than this. And those people who ever tell you this again, or not quality, it's because they are looking for ready-made client.
Actually, having that thought process makes so much sense because you're not setting yourself up for false expectations of what to expect. You need to know that, like, okay, that's very interesting.
I also believe in this, if this person don't buy from me, today they don't buy from me, right? But I make you happy. on the phone, I'm maybe happy to go and see some unit.
Yeah.
You just like me. Now tell me if there's a referral, do I have a chance? If I want to refer a friend, do I have a chance?
You're the first agent they think of.
I believe in this.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people, it's just because you're not buying from me, you're wasting my time. I don't think that's fair. In my opinion, I don't think that's fair.
Actually, that's very interesting because, like, recently, right, I heard this, like, with social media, with ads and all that, right, there are so many, people are pushing so many, like this launch this project to you, right? What makes you like, okay, let's say, for example, I see this project on ads, so I contact this agent, why would I even come back to you? Let's say, people believe that, like deals come and go, right? Like, I see this agent, sometimes I might not even work with him, I see the next one, I want to work with the next one, like, it's just whatever, like, catch my eye. So how do you navigate around that?
Well, that very much depends on when a customer call you, how do they see you? Some customers call you because they see you as a professional.
Yeah.
They know that you are a consultant, you give fair advice.
Yeah.
Some people call you because they know that you are in charge of the development. Some people call you because you are just a discount coupon to them. You know what I mean?
1999.
I buy for you for discount and I got cheap.
Yeah.
So how you portray yourself very much depends on how you position yourself in the market. I mean, that goes down to this interview and of course what you do for a living. I mean, you have been protecting the position of a lot of property agents. Actually, in fact, a lot of property agents, they have got value, but just that, they doesn't know how to market themselves.
Yep.
Or maybe through like short videos, they are not telling the whole world that what's so good about them, even they have got good values. So back to here. When you have been deemed as an authority, somebody who has good knowledge, you won't be surprised that people will go around, but they'll still come to you for the advice or the last advice. But of course, the tricky part is, after they get advice from you, do they buy from you? That's the tricky part. So very individual. So this is the part we have to leave it to the agent who gives the last advice, how they want to work on it. There's no right or wrong, but generally for my case, when people work with me, right, they will want to continue to work with me. Even though they found information, they will come back and Bob, I want you to be the one to represent me.
Yeah.
Then I'll ask why. The answer is confident, relationship, confident, and trust. I trust you. So anybody who can achieve this, I think you have a stronger advantage compared to those who more like hit and run, or what I call processes.
Yep.
You come in, I process for you, I take the money, I jump. These are processes.
I believe, thank you for your time. Any last closing words before we end this off?
Actually,
Word of wisdom?
a lot lah. Don't say word of wisdom lah, a lot lah. So I just hope this video can reach out to a lot of salespeople. In fact, if you want to do a part 2, part 3 of this content, my content is infinite as long as you have a question for me. So this is only pertaining to sales or maybe for new startup, but for team building, running a team, or maybe some of you will feel that you want to move into like project development career. Each of them have their own niche. So maybe if you are really want to wrap up this thing, I would highly recommend you guys again to choose your niche. I know what's your strength, what's your 50-50, work closely with a mentor. Don't try to do everything and don't be a job or trade and eventually become a master of none. Okay, so
Great.
that's my advice.
Perfect. Thanks for
Thank you.
Thanks for the session, right? I hope you guys learned a thing or two from Bobby, and I'll just place his links down in the description, right, to follow him.
And remember our risk content 39 million.
Yeah, 39 million.
39 million. Call us now, okay?
Okay.
Call him or call me. 39 million penthouse, one left.
Okay. We'll split that one.
Yay!
Okay, bye-bye. That's all for
Okay,
this
see you
video.
come ready. Bye.
Thank you. Subscribe to the channel.